Woza. Kunzima, Talking Sundowns by SoccerBeat. Umjaka here, hanging out with Sundowns Supremos, Shakes Ngwenya and Kermit Erasmus. Cabo Yellow. We're on social media, and I want to set it up, gents, and say Sundowns can afford to do what Kaizer Chiefs can't do, what Orlando Pirates can't do at this stage. They can put out a team and still be competitive. 2-0, job done. That's what the score reads. Kermit.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, what a practice match it was for them against defenders who were defending for 90 minutes. They created some chances, but yeah, it was a practice match. You could see the rotation the coach gave some players a chance to play, even giving Keanu his debut, in a game that's pretty simple to get over the line, and 2 goals, comfortable win. Not so much threatening for Onyango today. It was pretty easy. Maybe in that lapse of concentration in the first, I really tried to get out of that tight spot, and they maybe overpassed it a bit too much. But that was the only chance.
Sure, Shege. Sure, Shege. Utu Kermit, they were able to try Cupido. It was a nice game, practice game. They were able to do this, they were able to do that. It checks the boxes of how we set it up, Mshege. But Mshege, what happened on the pitch? It was laboring. It was more difficult than what Kermit is saying.
Yeah, no, true. And credit must be given to the opponents, Mpheni, the boys came, they played their hearts out, obviously playing against a big team. Sundowns, it's a great opportunity for them to play at that stage, and I thought they gave it their all, and yeah, they left everything on the field. But coming to Sundowns, like Kermit said, it was good for the coach to try new things out. We saw Mashiko playing a different position as well, playing on the right,
Inverted, yeah?
and not too sure going forward, but yeah, the coach was trying things, because it's that type of game. You need to try things like that, and as a coach, But yeah, Sundowns managed to win the game, and yeah, and make it through. Not risking any of the key players. So yeah, it's good. It's good for the team.
Another box check there, Kermit. That the team could experiment with an inverted right back. Thabo Mataba was an inverted left back. We've seen Paseka Marco. So it's pretty nice. A pretty nice place to be, as Coach Cardoso.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you look at the goals, when they celebrated the goals that they scored, the camera moved to the stands. You saw all the players that were standing and sitting in the stands, standing to cheer the players on that scored. That's another team too that you can play of world-class players in the country. So he's got he's spoiled for choice, and I think he's managing the players really well, giving everybody a chance, and also making him aware of who's capable of doing what, like Sheikh said, putting Masheko right back. Like he's not that good going forward, but defensively he was solid. Nothing really came inside, nothing really came behind him, and he's very aggressive off the ball. So that's priority as a defender. So it was good to see the rotation. And Shege's prediction was correct with Mkhulise starting the game, like everybody wanted and expected. And I mean, it just shows you how he drives the game.
Yeah, Shege, my heart started racing as soon as Mkhulise's name was mentioned. And I'm also, my heart races as I'm thinking about Silas as well, Shege. Those are two players everybody wants to see do well. Everybody wants to see them jam, you know what I mean? They want to see them compete and be in the team somehow for different reasons.
Yeah, no, definitely. Mkhulise, very, very highly rated amongst the Sundowns players, if you rate it amongst the players that play against you, that play with you, shows he's a good player. He's got a lot to offer, so I'm happy, and he came on and he had a solid performance. Sales as well, yes, he had that one opportunity where he could have done better, at least hit the target. But immediately after that, you saw a great touch from him to make an assist for who was it for? Sorry, for
Matthews.
For Matthews, yes, for Matthews to score his goal, But yeah, I'm still want to see more from Salas because I know he's got it. I know he's got something, but he just needs to bring it, And also Esquivel also getting a chance. I'm still yet to see something from him, and just a concern, the likes of Miami's, if they're not if they're not in the selection in a game like this, then when are those guys gonna play?
Kermit, it sounds like an expensive exercise the way Shege is now putting it.
So
Saleh,
true.
must get a chance because of the price tag. Do you believe that he can do it because of the price tag? Are you sold on the talent based on we paid so much for this guy? He must be this good. Kermit.
I mean, yeah, look, as now, since he's arrived, he could have had way more goals than he has at the moment. And the price that he came for, I'm sure as South African fans and lovers of football, we expect a little bit more from him, to be honest. I mean, with all the chance that Suns create, it's just a bit of composure from him in and around goal. And that would change everything. And maybe it's a little bit of confidence as well. But, yeah, he hasn't lived up to that yet, and the season's still ongoing. So you cannot really judge that right now. But for now, it's a challenge for him to get to what he's probably set himself out. And I'm sure he's hard on himself as well, going home after games and not scoring today also, even though he had a gift, like Sheikh said, but he should at least hit the target, and from my experience, when you go to Europe, before they even look at your footage, they gotta check they check your stats first. And if your stats is not up to par, then there's no looking at the footage. So for South Africa, it's gotta be the same precedent, you gotta show that you can produce. And when you come, you gotta produce. And if you don't produce, I think the days have to be over that players just come because it's a nice country, it's a nice league, and you gotta prove yourself, And there's players that are doing that.
Sure.
Hopefully you can live up to
Sure.
the price tag as time goes.
Mshege, now the guys we have to live with this situation. We are just discussing it, Mshege. Now Miami has to go to work with that. What you just thought about him, I'm sure he thinks about it as well. That how am I going to get a chance? If you're asking that question, he's asking that question as well. Because now those egos might come into play, or do they come into play?
Yeah, no, it's a tough one for a player to find yourself in that situation. He was one of the players who were playing, all the time with the previous coaches. He was always involved, So unless there's an injury that I don't know about, it was glaring to me not to see him there because this is the type of game where he can come in and build his confidence, and we know he can give us something. He's got the technique to finish, to look for those passes. So yeah, I was just surprised not to see him because I think he's one of our technically gifted players in the team.
And just to add on to what Sheikh said, I just want to raise 2 points for the fans as well, because a lot of fans make their own assumptions to why it's happening to players like Salem or Mayema, but it can boil down to two reasons. Maybe not preference of the coach, or it's just not what the coach is looking for at the moment, because at the end of the day, the coach decides. No matter how good you are or how hard you train, it's just preference. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the opportunity comes, you have to grab it. And it's no use sulking because it's not going to change anything. Just focus on what you're doing and give it your best every day in training. It's hard mentally, it's challenging. When you want to play, you're not getting your chance. And it's frustrating. And that don't mean you're a bad player also. It's just a season in your life or your career where, you just have to be a little bit patient and wait for your chance and try to grab it with both hands.
100%, Kermit. Umjaka, sorry to cut in there, but Kermit is 100% right because we've got the Club World Cup, which I'm sure it's in the back of their mind. They're thinking of what type of competition, what type of players they'll be facing that side. So it makes sense to have big guys like Sales being there, getting more of a chance now. Maybe they're looking at the team and they want to have something like that. So. Yeah, for Miami, you must just have the mental strength, to just carry on working hard. Very, very important.
One more thing as well. If you saw when Sundowns scored, I think it was the first goal, if not the second goal. when the camera panned to the stands of the players, Suarez was sitting like this. Everybody was standing and clapping hands. Suarez was sitting like this. That doesn't make him a bad person. That doesn't make him unhappy for the team that's winning. I'm sure he's upset that he's not in the team because he would have loved to play, to have a
He's excited.
potential.
He's excited. Yeah, new country and everything. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people might have a different perception of what they see, of what it looks like. But this is, at SoccerBeat, we're going to clear things up for people to understand that it's the winning mentality. He wants to be on the field. He doesn't want to sit in the stands and cheer players on. He wants to be cheered on from the pitch. So people must also understand we all are different as players. We have different mindsets. And just because he's sitting and he's not standing and clapping doesn't mean he's not happy for his teammates. He's just unhappy that he's not on the field doing it.
Yeah.
And that's a difference.
With this guy.
You know? 100%.
Yo. Players, young players, budding professional players, even professional players, elite players. Dial 063-629-4218 for proper mentorship, courtesy of the Talking Sundowns duo, Ngwenya and Kermit Erasmus. Let's go to an ad break.
Ladies and gentlemen, George hopes he's cooked up the perfect multi-bet. But even if his bets start missing, George keeps smiling. You see, even with multiple misses, George knows he can still win big. A revolution, a revelation, a roaring masterpiece of betting brilliance. Imagine that, multiple misses on his bet slip and George is still a big winner with the world's first bet saver from Betway.
Woza, welcome back, SoccerBeat, Talking Sundowns with Umjaka, no, Kermit. Hey, Kermit, it's Marumo Gallants next, a team that can surprise the best of them. Or lose against the best of them. You know,
Sure.
I'm getting hints of Galaxy. I'm getting hints of Polokwane City in them. You know, who beat Sundowns this season.
100%.
So should there be any concerns about the unpredictability? Remember also, Sundowns are playing against two people in Gallants. Players that are motivated because it's Sundowns, and they're playing against a technical team that has all the information on Sundowns.
100%. Here's the thing. Garland has to do the homework on what the teams that beat Sundowns did. They should maybe call the Galaxy coach and the Polokwane City coach and find out maybe what is the game plan, what is the key aspects on how to capitalize on the game plan, you know, and see what happens. Garland has a good team, the ball playing team as well, and I think it's all about being brave, man. You know, on the day, you know you're gonna concede chances. Not goals, but concede chances. So why don't you play with nothing to lose, you know, than to try and play on the back?
Yeah, I'm shaking. Yeah, I'm shaking because I picked up that against Galaxy, you know, because they were so organized and they did it for 90, which is superb, you know, which is really they applied themselves to the T. But as a team that knows that they're playing against a team that will try to do that, there's something that still needs to come out. To win championships, it takes something extra. So what is going to happen when teams become that organized now going forward? What if Galaxy is also just as organized as Galaxy?
Yeah, you know, Kermit's 100% right. You know, since Galaxy didn't come in the game saying, we're playing Sundowns, we're going to lose. They went for it. Sundowns had their chances. They didn't get them, but that's going to happen. Sundowns are going to get their chances. But now, if you want to go in the game already, mentally you've lost it. You're not trying because you don't want Sundowns to create any chances. You're not going to do anything. You're going to have to come out and try and win it, you know. Like TS Galaxy did that. You could see that they wanted to win that game and they got their stroke of luck or whatever you may call it. But they did well to get into those positions and score. You know, Sundowns got one or two opportunities. They could have went different on the day, but Galaxy deserve to win that game. So any other team that wants to come to play with Sundowns, they can't give them that respect. Once you give them that respect, they'll finish you.
Umjaka, and the other thing also, they've got a lot of players that are unpredictable. They've got Ribeiro who can create something out of nothing at any moment. So no matter how you prepare, park the bus, or you plan your game defensively, have an element of attack as well, because they're gonna create chances, regardless. No matter how compact or how narrow, or they're going to create chances. So just prepare yourself to defend well, but to create chances yourself. Because if you're just defending and you don't create chances, chances are you're going to draw or lose the game. You know?
Yeah.
100%. Got you.
And
But
Sundowns will
Shom
also
Shege?
create chances. Sundowns will also
Yes.
be all the time. Like you saw today, Onyango, you know,
Got busy.
didn't create effect. So you always get those 1 or 2 chances against Sundowns, but you have to take them.
Sure.
And I know how he didn't make big saves, right? But there's always scary moments where, as a goalkeeper, you come out and you don't make the save, and you don't gain confidence because you don't know how the ball feels. You don't know how the ball feels, you know. So it's always, and he has to produce a big save after that. So yeah, that was nerve-wracking a little bit, especially with 10 men, And the analysts were telling me, Cardoso is working on off-the-ball movement, focusing on off-the-ball movement. Obviously, because of a lot in the CAF Champions League, you're gonna be playing without the ball or having to defend. Club World Cup, playing against better opposition, so you need to be a lot more organized. I'm excited because I'm watching the game differently now. I'm watching Sundowns differently, but also concerned. How does that matter against an unpredictable PSL team, Take it away, Kev.
Just to add on to that, Chaga, I mean, look at Sundowns at 10 men today, but look how they are. And I know it's a lower division team, but it's still players you have to get out of pressure from. But look how they came out of positions, tight situations. It was so easy with 10 men. And like you said, the coach wanted to work on the movement of the ball. They're always creating options for each other, and that's what a team needs to consist of, creating options for your teammate. You're not always going to get a good pass from your teammate, but it's your responsibility as a player's teammate to fix the pass, to make it look good. Because at the end of the day, we're a team. And the more we keep the ball, the more we enjoy and we're willing enough to chase the ball for one another when we lose it. And that's what the coach wants. Like you say, he's been working on the movement of the ball, and it showed today. It wasn't even about position or formation. It was just about being in spaces where there is availability to receive the ball and turn, to orientate to the opposite side and to create space for your teammate, or maybe have a third man up back through. There was always options, and they would always create chance, even with 10 men. It didn't even look like it today. That's how good they've been moving off the ball.
Sure. I need yonke madoda gets closer. That's what you say. You ate it all, and I think that's what the kids also say on social media. You ate it, gentlemen. You ate it proper for the Brazilians and the Masanda family. Let us know in the comments. Maybe send a message yourselves to some of the players that you're going for. Maybe to Tashrik Matthews for the red card. Madam the Mayemas. That you're rooting for to stay in the team and fight it through. Because it's gonna be a long year. With lots of football to be played. But of course, we wish to see everybody on the pitch. Mshege, Kermit.
Golden liquid pouring, gold splashing, gold swirling, waves of gold foaming, cut to reveal more gold. It's easy to make a beer that looks gold, but to make a beer that wins gold, that's a different story. Carling Black Label, Africa's most awarded beer.
SoccerBeat, what?